Welcome to Sessions Online Maths Tutoring. We are taking one difficult question on people working together and working separately. Now, Daniel can do a piece of work in 20 days. Mansa can do the same piece of work in 30 days. They work together for 5 days and then separate to complete the remaining piece of work. How many days will it take Daniel to complete the rest of the work? Mansa to also complete the rest of the work. How many days will it take? So we start by looking at it basically. Let's say we represent the piece of work with a variable. Let x be the piece of work. Now Daniel is taking 20 days to do that. So x is equivalent to 20 days. Now we want to look at what part of the work will Daniel do in a day. So we divide this by 20, divide by 20. This is 1 day. So in 1 day, Daniel will take what? Will do x out of 20 piece of work. Now we take that of Mansa. Mansa is also doing x in 30 days, the same piece of work, so x in 30 days. So in 1 day we divide that by 30. So each day Mansa would do equivalently approximately 1 out of 30 of the piece of work, right? So let me see, this 1 out of 20, it's the same thing. Now, so they are working together. So each day, what happens? Daniel will do 1 out of 20 of each piece of the work. Mansa also do 1 out of 30 of the same piece of the work. So in a day, working together, they are going to do in 1 day 1 out of 20 of the piece of work for Daniel, 1 out of 30 of the piece of work for Mansa. So the LCM is 60. 20 here is 3, 3, 1 is 3, that's 3x. 30 here is 2, 2, 1 is 2, that's 2x. That's 5x out of 60. 5 here, 1, 5 here, 2. So it means they're working together. Each day they are going to do 1 out of 12 of the piece of the work. Now, after they are done with 1 out of 12 of the piece of work, they work together the same piece of work for 5 days. So in 5 days, working together, they are going to have 1 out of 12 of the piece of work times 5. Same thing for 5 days. That's 5 out of 12 of the piece of the work will be done for 5 days. Now, the remaining days, they split or separate to do the work. So what work is left for them to do? So remaining work is, the whole work is x minus what they have done so far. So 12x is 12x. 12 here, 1, 1, 5 is 5x. So they have 7 out of 12 of the remaining work to do. And this work is done separately. So we take what Daniel did. So for Daniel's work rate is what? 1 out of 20 each day. And Daniel is doing what? 7 out of 12 piece of work. Each day he can do what? 1 out of 20. So if you divide what he can do in a day by the total work, you know how many days it will take him to do the work. So this division becomes times 20 out of 1. X is up, comes down, x is here, goes off. So 4 here, 3, 4 here, 5. So that's 35 out of 3. That is the number of days that is going to take. So that is 10 whole number, 2 out of 3 days. So if you look at it carefully, that is 10.67 days for Daniel. How about Mansa? Mansa is also going to do the 7 out of 12 piece of work, but her work rate is 1 out of 30 each day. So 7 on 12 times 30 out of 1, the x goes off. 4 here, 3. No, 2 here, 6. 2 here, 15. 3 here, 2, 3 here, 5. That's 35 out of 2 days. So if you work at it, that is 17.5 days. So that is how long my answer will take.